The Smaller European Companies Fund invests in European companies. These are small and medium companies. We define that as being below €1 billion of free float. These are all listed and established businesses, but still have a family shareholder. This tends to be the founding family. The family will also have a board representation, and their long-term view, as well as their conservative approach to business, is something that we think aligns our interests with theirs and theirs with ours. We are contrarian value investors, so we will often be buying stocks that have fallen sufficiently to provide a margin of safety, and this particular conservative approach that family companies tend to have also helps us focus on the balance sheet, where they look at the balance sheet in particular as well. So we will be looking at values, at book values in particular. So small caps tend to be less well followed by the market, certainly less well researched by the sell side, and we feel that this creates an inefficiency in the market, where we try to add value by picking particular stocks. The first thing to mention here is maybe that we limit the capacity of our funds so that we can remain in our segment, which we feel is the segment below €1 billion of free float when we look at small and medium-sized companies. The other thing to mention is that liquidity is a very important concern in our investment process. We have a very rigorous investment research process where we look at liquidity, and when we trade in blocks rather than buying individual shares in the market. So liquidity is really a concern from step one to actually exiting a particular position. So you may have heard of some of the more important positions in the fund, because we tend to buy, maybe put 0.5% of the portfolio or 1% of the portfolio in a particular idea, and as we gain conviction we will buy up to 5% of the portfolio in that stock. But between 5 and 10%, that will be the performance of the actual stock in the market. And as these stocks become bigger in terms of market cap, this tends to generate interest from the sell side, and they start to cover it. In terms of particular examples, PZ Cussons is a family company owned in the UK listed in the UK and partly owned by a family that is not actually running the business, but they are in the share capital, and they do have this long-term view that we like to see. They actually have various businesses. One of the businesses they have is manufacturing soaps in the UK, and we took advantage of the recent profit warning to increase our position substantially in the stock.